Do you know, my connection with Greece, it's a very beautiful question, because I can't actually put it into words. It's just a sense of belonging and knowing that I have such a deep passion. I have to help in any way possible to illuminate for people, and that sounds altruistic, and it's not meant to be. To illuminate for people, look, you are amazing, your country's amazing, and something very beautiful can happen as you start understanding why these things are there, the challenges, the tests. They're all to bring forward that very ancient, that very beautiful wisdom that's actually needed by the whole world. On a very deep level, when you have an imbalance in anything, it is all to do with the imbalance between masculine and feminine energy, because it's about giving and receiving. And if you are receiving and you're giving more than you receive, you create a major imbalance. But on a higher level, Greece, everything is predefined. Greece and the people of Greece agreed on a very high spiritual level to be the first in this experience, to be not the role models, but the leaders, to let other people see all imbalances have to be rebalanced. So Greece is teaching the world a very powerful lesson, but unfortunately that lesson is not being understood yet, but it will be. There are many aspects of it, but there is a principle, and it's a hermetic principle, and it originates in Greece, that everything is gender, so everything that exists is masculine and feminine. The feminine aspects is our intuition, it's our values, it's our divine purpose, it's our nurturing. So if you think about that as being the minus point on a battery, your masculine energy is the way that you express that. It's the spirit of who you are, how you express your truth. So it's like the moon and the sun. When they work together, each person individually is in their own power, in their own essence, in their own wisdom. So we then become, if we've got harmony inside, that harmony is outside. And I say to people, look at the sun and the moon never fight. Even on an eclipse, it's a very beautiful merging and rebalancing. So every person has masculine and feminine energy. Everyone has a purpose, has a vision. And your masculine energy is how it's your marketing manager. What are you telling the world about who you are? But for most of us, culture, ancestral patterns mean that we have learned to separate something that is actually meant to beautifully work together. So this is the perspective that I teach or share about masculine and feminine.
My ideology, my philosophy, my base is exactly what Elizabeth Ann said. And actually she's one of the people who inspired me to do sacred sensuality, to formulate it and create it, yes. And so I think that it's beautiful working on the feminine and the masculine aspects of yourself, personality aspects, and whatever is linked to previous generations, and also trying to find the sacredness in the most subtle qualities that we have as souls. It has to do with the collective, actually. So that is one of the most important things that we need to focus on, so things can change, but in actual reality, not only in our minds.
And the point in writing articles and the point in workshops, particularly workshops, you can get people to go deeply into the experiential aspect of their own authenticity. by taking practical examples from their life. So an article chips away, it just asks you to think, well, step back, what do I think? On a workshop, what's most important is that concept becomes alive within you. What does it feel like to be authentic? It's actually quite inspirational when you're in your own authenticity.
What is authenticity?
It's being in your soul purpose. So it's being in absolute alignment with what is right for you, your truths, your values, and how you express them. So if we take a value, a sacred value, one of my sacred values or qualities that's right for me is truth. Now, someone can say something to me and it's true for them, but if it doesn't resonate with me, it's not my truth. But we've been taught to pretend, right? Culture teaches us that we must do these things in a particular way, even if they're not authentic. So we create very false, artificial realities. And sometimes it's only when something really drastic happens to someone, when they're ill, or they get a point where they get a wake-up call, they then change it. But that's not really evolution. That's revolution at work. So the point of authenticity, and the starting point, is going back to who am I? What are my values? Am I really expressing the truth of me? Or am I living in a play, right, in a culture, in a country, in a way that I'm in existence? And if you ask people truthfully, I would say a high percentage of people would say, I exist. And for me, that is very sad. That's not what I want for my children and my grandchildren. Mm-hmm. So this is the theme that the beautiful guides up there said. It's a starting point. It's not a means to an end. It's a starting point, like a catalyst that you might say, okay, I question that, but also in that. And in the article, I always put that bit because it does help. What do you want for your children? That or your peers or the next generation? Because we don't want the same things. We want the very things that are in our heart to express. So it's very beautiful, it's very sacred as a subject. And I'm also very grateful that Effie always understands the vision. She never questions it. And that's very special, very special.
We've already began from the previous time that she's here doing things together, and we're doing joint sessions, very special sessions. It's kind of like what you said before, Elizabeth, and combining who we are and what we've done, and magic happens actually. I mean, how we do it, we don't even know. It just comes out. So yeah, that also has to do with what we said before, helping people in a comforting way, being empowered and reminding themselves who they are and actually putting that into practice. So we work on many levels, on the body, on the mind, on the soul, on the heart.
One of the key things for me that it is helpful for people, and it's fundamental, is create simplicity in your life. Create simplicity. Look at what's important to you. Look at your vision. Look at the legacy you want to leave to people, how you want to be. And create a level of simplicity around that. We make everything very complex. We've got to we've got to be Amazon 24/7 available. And what I see a lot of the time is people are getting drawn into to drama, into things that actually really don't matter on a grand scheme of thing. So every day I think, what is absolutely important? And if someone has to wait for something, so be it. And the second thing that's important for me is that we all know intuitively inside that there is, for every single person, their own song, their own unique gifts. Always remember that, never sacrifice them, and never assume that one small thing that you do every day doesn't make a big difference. So I'm here to inspire. That might just be a smile. Don't measure everything against an outcome, just be it. And the other important thing is make time to just sit quietly, like a child does, and ask yourself, who am I? Not necessarily in a heavy way, but almost like a taste. Who am I? What is in my heart to be or to express? And to find ways of doing it, and not in a complex way. People can sing, but they don't have to be an opera singer or a pop singer. Singing every day because you want to express yourself is part of joy. And I'm just trying, the final thing is explore. Create a reality where you're not doing the same thing every day. That's what makes us rigid, that's what shuts down our reality. Because then we start believing things in a fixed way. All Greek people are this, all Scottish people are this. When we explore and question, we keep our reality open, we keep it exciting, we stay in possibilities. What if? I might disagree with you, but what if there's a level of truth in her reality? Or if I don't resonate with it, what is it I really believe? So questioning, and that's what I love children for, because that's exactly what they do, keeps us in a flow. It keeps everything exciting.
Well, my first most important tip, advice, is sharing your feelings and sharing your truth. And that may be anything. It may be happy things, it may be sad things, it may be fears, it may be anger. Just sharing. It's so important. So that means that you need to be with people. You need to first see that you have people, no matter what. They're always next to you, they're always beside you. The other is, be curious. Be adventurous. Try things. Go beyond your limitations. Even small little, steps. It doesn't matter, because sometimes we think that, wow, we have to do something really big. But no, God lives in little things, right? So, little things are very, very, they're portals to who you are and what you really love. Also, be in connection, again, with your inner child, being playful, finding ways to be in joy with people again, but with yourself also. And also, yes, contemplating in your own way. Each person has his or her own way to contemplate. Either you just sit in your house, on your couch, you take a walk, you go to the sea, you read a book, and ask yourself, am I present, fully present in what I'm doing or what I'm thinking or what I'm visioning with my body, with my mind, with my heart, with my soul? And dream. Dreams, they come alive. And if we have a vision, it can fully come into realization if we really put our minds to it. We have tremendous thinking Greek now. We have tremendous capabilities as people, and the tools are in our hands actually.